let's switch gears then, now that we're talking about Renzo Gracie. Like, what's the thing about jiu-jitsu? You first.
I don't always feel like I have a perfect relationship with jiu-jitsu.
Good.
It's like there all the time there. I definitely understand.
Wait. Do you feel like you have a perfect relationship with karate?
Not a perfect one, but more of like
It's a good one.
it's like I'm in the glove. You know what I mean? Like I'm right here. And on jiu-jitsu, I'm like a little bit over here. It's tough for me to
Why'd you do jiu-jitsu? Why'd you start?
One day after karate, I had not even thought about it. And Brandon said, "You want to do jiu-jitsu?" I'm like, what the hell is that? But I definitely see the merits of it, like as a self-defense practice, as like a martial arts discipline. But we have a love-hate relationship a lot of the time, which I think is part of the process.
What's the thing you love?
Honestly, I love the people the most. Like when I get to work with someone and it's like when you say the time is over and I'm like, I just got here. Like, it's more of a like interpersonal experience that people are teaching you so many things. And like you have the opportunity to directly show someone something that you had to learn the hard way.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that about it.
What's the thing you hate?
Sometimes I just hate it. Like, I don't know.
What does
honestly.
that mean? You're on a podcast, right? You got to use your words, Angela.
Okay.
You don't have to answer, by the way. But I think it's interesting because I have love-hate relationships with a lot of things. And that's why I'm fascinated.
Yeah.
Like, nobody knows this, but I have a love-hate relationship with the song Wild Horses by the Rolling Stones. Everybody loves that thing. And I love it when it comes on, but I hate that shit when it's not playing. Like, I have a love-hate relationship with jiu-jitsu.
Mm-hmm.
I certainly do. I have a love-hate relationships with some of the people in jiu-jitsu. I want to be clear. Like, the school I'm talking about my classmates,
Right,
not the
right.
people in the school.
Mm-hmm.
They're not my classmates, even though we train together.
Mm-hmm.
It's different. So I can relate, and I'm interested to see what it is.
I feel like it's so hard to see. I think a lot of people have this experience, but I think it's so hard to see you're getting anywhere. Like sometimes I just feel like I'm just running around in circles, and then like maybe in a few months I'll be like, oh, I've got this under control, and then I'll feel like great for like a few weeks, and then I'm like back on the bottom. Like I feel like I keep it is significant though, because I feel like I keep getting stuck in the same positions, which makes me realize that I'm getting stuck in the same thought patterns, which is trippy sometimes. It's like I'm fighting against myself and I keep putting myself back here. And so I look forward to the breakthroughs, but there's a lot of times there I'm right back where I didn't want to be.
So February 2025 I started February 1995. So it's my 30th year right now. It's like I think it was like the 18th or the 19th, something like we might be on the day. I still don't feel like I understand it. I still feel very confused by it. Very, it's beyond me. I don't know anything. I will suggest to you that is the exact feeling you'll fall in love with. It'll be the thing because you recognize that therein lies the magic. It's in that real progress happens. And if you don't have that, then you don't have it. There are savants, and certainly I'm not one of the. I've never been one of the best in the world, and that doesn't really matter to me. I like what matters to me is I'm true to my practice and true to this this concept of black belt. We don't give up, and we try hard every day. And so I want to offer you that. Like, how long you been doing it?
3 years.
3 years. So in 27 more years, you may be feeling the same way, but have a different relationship to that feeling.
Right.
And you might love that feeling.
Which is crazy for me to hear you say that you feel like you don't understand it or like you're not there. Because like I'll be doing God knows what, and I have trouble with my
you're left and you're right. You're on a podcast, so you got to use your words.
You'll just
Everybody,
say,
she
Angela.
just went left and right with her thumbs.
Yeah, of course, like a little frame.
Yeah.
From across the room, you'll tell me to put my knee in another place. I'm like, I don't even know where my knee is right now. And like from like it could just be like a quick glance, and you're like this, that, and it's like, oh, okay, amazing. Like you even like when I'm underneath someone and partially visible, exactly that I have to put my foot back this way so that I can scoot out this way. And so I think, it's amazing.
See, I attribute that to, thank you, and I attribute that to something else. I attribute that to the awareness and my sensitivity in the room. Like that is on high. Like I'm very cognizant of sound, of sight, like so, but it doesn't take away from my sense of, I'll put it like this, like wonder about jujitsu, It's like I'm still fascinated by the whole thing. Jen, why jujitsu for you?
I started jiu-jitsu and it took a while for me to get into it because I just wasn't feeling all the throws and I didn't like the feet to floor I wasn't comfortable with, but I feel like in the last year I really got into jiu-jitsu. I remember feeling at one point like, what am I doing? I can't get these people off of me. Like I remember asking the instructor, like, do I go to the gym in addition to all the stuff? Like I don't feel strong. And he was like, you just need to come. And if you come consistently, you will see such a growth in 6 years, a year.
Yeah.
So I did. And I had to buy a new gi because I was coming so much. I didn't have time to keep up with my laundry. But I really love knowing I can defend myself in certain situations and knowing that when I'm with partners who are twice my size and they're tapping, it's my technique. It's not my size. It's not my strength. It's like, if you have your technique, then you have it.
Yeah.
So I just like to learn how to protect myself in this environment. It's the safest environment I can be in.
Huh.
So sometimes it gets scary. Like, I don't like the injuries that sometimes come along with it or, feeling when you're on the bottom and you can't get out. It's like, oh my God. But whatever I'm learning now is more than I knew than when I came into this dojo.
Uh-huh.
And that makes me feel like much more calmer that I could defend myself. God forbid something happened.
I love that point, that whatever you know now is 100 times more than what you did before you started. That's a great thing to keep in context. And Jen, I'll just say, like, the other day I was watching your training and I made this mental note. I thought like, oh, she just kicked into another gear. And I don't mean in that training session. I mean your experience with jiu-jitsu went into like third gear.
Mm-hmm.
And you're starting to really apply yourself in a whole other way. Like some of the things I think that you were fearful about, injury and some of these things, I think you're actually getting a handle on. And it's really beautiful to watch that transition, to watch you go into this level of confidence and to start to express your intellect inside of that confidence. It's like amazing. Like, I think that like back to Adam Kaplan, right? Adam Kaplan tells me like, isn't it obvious to you why you teach martial arts? And I'm like, fuck you, man. No, I don't know. It's not obvious. It's obvious to you because you're the psychoanalyst. Like, and he's like, wait, you don't know? And I'm like, man, are you trying to be an asshole? Like, no, I don't really understand it. Like, I haven't made the connection. And once I did, I was like, oh. But and I said this in class. I don't know if you've all been in class, but it's super important to me that there is an integration of male and females in the room.
Mhm.
And I watched my sisters be victimized by my dad and other people. Like, my sisters were the first women in this country to come out of college and earn more than their male counterparts. They were the first generation to do it. And they took a lot of fucking heat. A lot. Threats and being cornered in elevators by groups of males, all kinds of stuff. Scary, scary stuff. And so, in some ways, I get to counterbalance that. And, it's obvious, right? Like I think I'm orchestrating my own healing in all of this, but we all are. I don't think you escape that unless you're what Josh referred to earlier as crazy. And not that you are my sisters, but like metaphorically, like I'm looking at two sisters and you get to enjoy this thing that is so beautiful and so powerful and so spectacular, and that I have given every single part of myself to. My body, I've given it over to. My finances, I've given it over to. All of my everything, even my art now, even the painting that I do has taken a second seat to the dojo and to the martial arts. And it brings me, again, so much joy to see both of you benefiting and expressing and experiencing what you are. I have since kind of, with painting and with some, emotional work, satisfied a lot of the legacy problem. Like I've satisfied, I know I exist. I have it. I get it. And you just make it that much better. I do want to touch base. So the word on the street is that you guys have a group text of like quotes and sayings that I'll pop out in class, and I'm not part of this group text line. But I think actually I've gotten some blips from maybe some slip ups that weren't supposed to get to me, but lightheartedly, like what's one or two of the quotes that that you guys giggle at?
Well, I'll call her name from across the room. I'll say, Jen! Not bad. Or, I would have done it differently, but okay, that was good.
So that's how I correct your sister. That's the run. So
anytime I hear the name, I'm like,
yeah.
And it's not bad. I'm like, I'll take a not bad any day.
But to go back to what you were just saying before this, I do remember hearing you say, I think it was like a Jitsu class, and it used to be just like Yvette and I as the only girls in the class for like a long time.
Yeah.
And I remember you telling the class, like, take care of them like they're your daughters. And I remember you saying, like, as an aside, I don't have a daughter, so you have to wonder how I know how to do that. And like, as a white belt, maybe 1 year in the dojo, woman who was here because of men giving me problems, like, to hear you say that is like so comforting, and it like gives us the ability to grow in that room because we know how hard you're working on that environment to make it like that for us. Like there's no one without the other in that sense.
It's been a long journey for me. And what do I mean by that is that, if I could have shown up perfect, I would have loved that. But I had to put my foot in a lot of holes.
Mm-hmm.
I had to offend a lot of people. I had to say shit that I should never have said. and to some degree done stuff that I should never have done. And I was talking to my best friend today on the phone, and I said, thankfully I'm not retired. Thankfully I don't believe in retirement, and thankfully I'm in a practice that forces me to get better every single day.
Right.
And that I'm still not satisfied with the person I am. I'm still not satisfied. I still want to be better. And, we were playful in the beginning of the podcast, and I was saying that, like, your dad has prepped you for me. Like, in so many ways. Were you here when I was, oh, yeah, I thought you were out with Nina. And, I said, like, you don't really expect me to be perfect, and it gives me some freedom to grow. And, I don't expect either of you to be compassionate or have sympathy for men who have stalked you, who've been inappropriate, who, though a lot of us, it's very hard to track. Like, we don't start in that way. Like, we weren't 2-year-old boys, 4-year-old boys with that in mind. There is a reason we get there. And we got to live with that. I got to live with it. Like, I can remember the messaging I got as a teenager, like in New York City, without a dad, without parental, but I can remember like having friends that would fantasize about raping women, and they would talk about it. And I was like not down for it, because I came from a house where my sisters, like, not that I don't believe they ever acted on it, but just the whole dialogue, the whole matrix of the conditioning of men in just this area, never mind the predatory responses that males have with other males. Like, I went to a martial arts seminar on Friday. Like, there was no space for me. Like, it's like kill or be killed. Like, the energy there is just so, but it's okay. Okay, so what? Like, I did martial arts. I can handle myself, blah, blah, blah. But that you are engaging not just with me, but with other males in that room. And they are not perfect. They make mistakes, or they say and do shit that they shouldn't be, that they know better, but they can't, like, fucking control their mouth or whatever. That's a big gift to them too. That, like, and I hope you kind of realize that that's the other side of this, that's another reason why I am so adamant about it. Because if we don't have feedback, and men won't give other men feedback because they stick each other in the back quicker than quick. There's all this sabotage. So, but like, it's really important to have women in the room or people in the room that are going like, hey, chill the fuck out. Or, hey, that was really cool.
Yeah.
Like, you did, that was cool. Like, you're cool. You get it. Because I didn't have it. Like, I had to sift through so much weird ass messaging and go through so many tough times about it. And it's another reason why I love our relationship. Like, I think you understand on some level, through your family dynamic, through this, like, place you are in history of humanity, that, like, it's tough. It's tough. What's your thought?
I know that, like, growing up, when I was first getting this negative attention, like, I wasn't going through the conditioning that the guys are going through. Like, I'm just, like, completely unaware that there's a boogeyman around the corner and that they're on every corner. And so it was, like, really
They're in every
confronting.
house.
Yeah, yeah. Like, I would have to be going somewhere and I'd be terrified. And I'd be like, well, my parents wouldn't let me be going there if they didn't think I would be safe, right? But like, they also don't know how I have to make myself be safe. But in the same thing in the room, it's like, you know, like I've said to you about a certain student, if he doesn't hear it from me, he's not going to hear it, right? Like I need to be able to use my voice because no one else is going to tell them. Even on the street when like someone is bothering
It's another great
everyone
part
is
of the
like,
practice.
be quiet, don't say anything. They're going to hear me say something because if we don't answer them, they're going to think they can just do whatever they want. Like, honestly, it's a blessing for them to be checked.
That's exactly my point,
Mhm.
though, and it's necessary.
Mhm.
And what I'm echoing is that when you check in a loving way, when you check in a way that gives people space to recover, that's it.
Mhm.
That's certainly some black belt high level stuff, you know? And I check the males in the room all the time.
Mhm.
The females can be a little bit difficult. It's dangerous for me. I walk the line, I'll get canceled. Anyway, I want to thank you both. Oh, Jen, you didn't tell me what your favorite quote,
You said this the other day. It's not a funny one, but I like stuck with me so much, and I wrote it on my notepad. I was like, I need to get this thing from him. The only way out of it is through it. The only way up is through it, and the only way through it is through it.
Yeah.
And it stuck with me, and I wrote it down, and I even asked you about it because I was like, what's the third one? You said the third one.
Yeah.
But I loved it, and I've been saying it a lot. Like people.
You said it today too.
I said it today. I said it at work. We're really busy right now, and I was like, the only way through it's through it. And they're like, I love that. I'm like, it's not me, but
It's you. You're embodying it.
I love it. It means something to me.
It's such an important message because I think that our culture is being taught something different. Like run.
Yeah.
Problem. Well, ladies, thank you. What a great job you both did.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yay.
Thank you for listening to the Gentle Art Podcast. Please share, rate, and review. And if you have any questions or you'd like to reach out, please contact us at the GentleArtPodcast@gmail.com or contact us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter or thegentleartpodcast.com.